Okay, so the move that we were working on yesterday, we'll review that, is called walk obliquely and twist step. All right. Let me adjust the camera here just a little bit. So walking obliquely, right, is to walk a little bit sideways. All right. So walk obliquely. And twist step. All right. Okay, let's review what we did yesterday. So first thing is the footwork in the first part. All right. To the left, to the right, all right, kick and step up. So a triangle. 1, 2, 3. Block and retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set. Push. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set. Push. Right off the center, right off your side. Right? And then, right, like you're holding a ball, push the ball down. So you're sinking into the right leg. And then step up and hit. And twist step. From the left to the right. Twist step. Step out with the left. Block down under the danshin. Come to the knee. Lift and push. Let me put my danshin on. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set. Push. Squeeze and press down. All right. Hit. Twist step. Step out. Block down under your danshin to the knee. And then lift and push. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set. Watch what happens with my hip. Set. It's almost like you're leaning up against a wall or a tree. All right. Set. All right. Push. Hit. Twist step. Step out. Block under to the knee. Lift and push. And then relax back. Circle around, reverse single whip, and roll forward. So when you're done, you're facing forward. So remember, after you push, now your chi is out here, right? Because you pushed. You're going to bring the chi back. Well, you could bring it back on the right side. You could bring it back into the middle, or you could bring it to the left side. What you want to do is bring it to the left side. Right? Bring it right in here, and then you go across the back. Right? So it's going to go across my back. Right? And when my hand gets here, my chi's going around the other side and it's waiting for it right there. Right? And it just lifts that hand. Reverse single whip. Roll forward. So once you understand how you create this internal wave, your arms can stay very relaxed. I was going to say light. It's not really light. It's just more relaxed. Right? If you're not clear about what's happening here, what'll happen is you'll stiffen up here, trying to make things happen. You don't actually have to make anything happen. It'll just happen on its own once you get the idea. All right? So on the left side, goes across the back. Here it comes out the right side, circles around, circles back, and forward. All right? So it's going around in a circle, then back to the side, and then back to the front. All right? Going around the circle, all the way around the waist, back over to the right side, and then back to the center. I don't know whether it's obvious watching me, but the first part of this movement is really a 360-degree movement. So when you come back here, it comes here, it's going to go across my back and then all the way back around to here. Right? That's going across my back, and now it comes all the way back around to here. So it's 360 degrees. Catherine, am I being clear?
Yeah,
you got the idea, right. So it's 360 degrees, and then it's roughly 180 degrees back, and then it's about 90 degrees back the other way, right? So 360 degrees to here, roughly, right, 180 degrees back here, well, maybe it's more like a 90, and then about 45 degrees back in this direction. I don't have any space to draw. All right, so it's like this. It goes like this, and then back again, and then back again, and faces forward. Clear?
mm.
All right, one more. Retreat, block, hit. Advance, block, hit. Set. Push, squeeze, and press down. Relax and step up and hit. Twist step. Right? Step out with the left, block under the danchin to the knee, lift and push, relax, turn, back, and boom. Watch my hands. All right, Catherine, let me see you do it. Stop. Stop. You've got your weight is wrong in one place. When you get your weight wrong, the rest of it's going to get screwed up.
It's not on my right.
Watch. The weight is on my right now. Right, left, right, stays on the right. Doesn't move. Does not move to the left.
Mm.
Squeeze, press down. Now it moves to the left.
Mm.
Okay, try it again. Don't move forward. Don't move forward. Stay on your back leg. Yes. Good. Watch my hands. One, two. So it's the palm both ways. Okay, you're going to have to do this move 1,000 times to get really comfortable with it. But almost everybody really likes this move because there's a lot of good action in here. We're sort of doing it the kind of simple beginning way of doing it. But as you get more comfortable with it, you'll probably start to feel the rhythm inside here. There's a lot of rhythm inside this. It's in all the moves, but it's particularly obvious in this move, right? So as you get more comfortable with it, you can play with that rhythm a little bit, right? All right. Yeah, Kevin.
After you squeeze and set, what is your left leg doing? Is it a
So
kick? Is it
you're talking about here?
no? Right before that, where
Okay, so let me just get there. All right, here. Okay. Um, when you are a little more advanced and you do this, it's not quite so step by step by step by step. You elide certain things. So a little more advanced version of it is this.
that's what the 83.
Here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the 24, Catherine, this form that you're learning, the 24, is actually the beginning of the 83. But it's a little simplified. A little bit. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. So if someday you get to the 83, you'll recognize the whole beginning of it, right? It's just the 83 is just slightly more athletic. Kevin, did that answer your question?
It's roughly the like an interior knee block sort of a thing.
There's another little block in here that I haven't mentioned that I should. because you want to be conscious of this. When you do Tai Chi and Qigong, sometimes one hand or the other hand is kind of the really active hand. And it's easy to forget the other hand. But the other hand is always doing something, counterbalancing it or even making another move. So watch, I'll call this out. It's a very small little move, but it really helps with your consciousness with the whole move. So it's this. Huh? It's very small. But it's important because what it's saying is you're really using your rotational power. Right? And you don't have to have that. You can still do this. But maybe somebody's pushing at you or kicking at you and you're pressing something aside. Maybe they've got their hand on here. You just press it aside. And that also helps to power this, right? Because for every action, there must be an equal and opposite reaction. So what you've really got, right, is a giant circle here. Right? It's a huge circle, and you're circling on both sides. The circle is the circle of the daimai when it's inside the body, but then you bring it out, boom, like that. Catherine, makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do it one more time, and then we'll go on to the next move, which is called raised knee. Okay, it's not a move as long as the other one, but there's some tricky little places in it. So it starts where the other one ends. The first thing you're going to do is roll your wrists. Right? You roll your wrists by rocking back and forth. Right? And you just roll your wrists. Now, yeah, good. My consciousness is not in my fingertips. It's not in my elbows. It's in my wrists. Watch my fingers. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watch. Little finger, ring fingers, middle fingers, index fingers, thumbs. And I'll show you why. Somebody's got hold of your wrist, right? So there's the guy's arm, his hand is down here, right? He's got hold of my wrist. And what you're going to do is roll out. The first thing that's going to touch is your little finger. Is this side of the hand. All right, so it's a little finger and then the ring finger, then the middle finger, then the index finger, then the thumb. The hand is rolling like that. Yeah, good. And how you're powering this is just shifting your weight back and forth. Step up, step back, step up, step way back. Reach down under your danchin, lift, reposition your hands, and press down. You press down, and then you bring your knee up into your hands. Press down, bring your knee up. So we'll go through each part of that. Rock, step forward, step back. All right, what is this? There's a guy on each side. You bring your hands up their body, right? So my hand is coming, it's just sliding up his body. And then you turn your wrists down and boom. You do it with this. Watch this. Now, we don't do the pulse, but you could do the pulse. Right? You set it up, and then you just relax and go right on past it. Right? Then, so you've taken care of those two guys, right? Because the hit is directly into the heart, on both sides. Then the third twin, the third evil twin, comes running at you right in front. He's running, he's going to get you, right? So he's running at you like this, like he's going to grab your throat or something. You come up in between his hands. And then you spread his hands out. Now, when you do that, it's a big spiral. It's a big roll, not straight lines. Watch. Sometimes it's easier to see on one side. It's easy if you remember to do it, all right? You start in the lower back. It goes all the way up the spine to the shoulders and then the elbows and then the wrists and then the tips of the fingers. If you just try to do this with your muscles, it's much more difficult. If you just try to do it with your muscles, what you'll do is you'll just come up straight and try to push out straight. And now really it has to be your muscles, which may or may not work very well, right? The guy may be really big. The reason the spirals work is you're taking advantage of the geometry of the human body. So a lot of the work is not really done by your muscles, it's done by the geometry of what you're doing. All right? The guy's fighting this big wave. If I just use my muscles, it's just going to be this part of my body, right? And I might have strong arms and shoulders, but maybe they're not strong enough. But if I can engage the whole mass of my body when I do this, it's going to be much harder for him to deal with. How do you do that? you start at the ground, come up the legs, the back, the shoulder, the arms, boom. It's the whole body that does it. And that's why it's harder to deal with anyway. Yeah, good, Catherine. Now, Catherine, watch my fingers. Watch my fingertips. Every time you do something like this and end up using your arms, you want your chi, yes, good. You want your chi to go out to the end of your fingertips and even further, because that will give you a longer lever. All right? So you don't want your hands to be like weak, you know? They're strong. The chi's going out. Yes. Okay, now this first part, the difficult thing to get is the rhythm in here, particularly the rhythm of the footwork. Step forward, back, forward, big back. All right? So there's this rocking motion back and forth. And everything rests on that and is powered by that. So that's what you want to grab first, is the footwork. Back, forward, back, forward, and back. All my weight on the back leg. All right, when I start this move, my weight is forward. Back, forward, back, forward, back. So that's the getting that footwork, getting that rhythm back and forth is the first thing you want to grab. Because if that's not right, everything else will sort of fall apart. One more. Weight forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. One more. Weight forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Weight forward, back, forward, back. Okay, Catherine, you try. Yes, you're getting it. So you just practice this a few dozen times until the rhythm gets in there. Okay, we've only got about 10 minutes left, so let's go on. Now comes the tricky part, all right? Let's do the first part again, then we'll do the second part. Now, scoop down underneath your Dan Chin and lift. Not like this, like this. Somebody's tried to kick you. So what you've done is, as their foot comes in, you reach underneath and grab their ankle and lift their leg. Right? So I'm holding maybe his heel and here his calf. So his leg is really up in the air, and he's standing like this now. All right? Now, this is the form, not application. If this was the application, what you would do is roll this hand around to the bottom of his foot and then push the whole thing. All right? In the form, we do a version of that. It's probably not very realistic, but it works well for the form. So, all right, again, all right, you reach down, grab his leg and lift, and then you just readjust your hands. And you push down and when you get down to your Dan Chin, then you raise your knee up into your hands. When you get this, it will look like they're both happening at the same time. But as usual, the upper body establishes itself and then the lower body moves, which seems a little counterintuitive, but that's how it works, right? So you lift, readjust your hands, push down and lift up. Now, let me give you a few clues about lifting your knee, and this is true for all the places where you lift your knee in all the forms. Watch my foot, watch the bottom of my foot. It's not like this, it's like this. It's like I was walking up stairs, big stairs, like I'm a little person walking up big stairs. And I'm going to lift my toes to step on that step. I'm not going to walk upstairs on my tiptoes. I'm going to walk upstairs like this, and then like this. When you lift the bottom of your foot, it will help your balance. Second thing, notice the position of my knee and the position of my foot when they're done. Watch. It's not like this. It's like this. All right? In other words, your foot is in close to your own midline. All right? I'm not hanging it out here, because if I hang it out here, I'll start leaning backward in order to compensate for that. So the action here is with my knee, right? Not my foot. So I'm going to use my knee, but I'm going to keep my foot in. That also allows me to use my foot to protect my other knee. Now here, if I'm going to protect my knee, watch my foot. Then your toes go down because you're using this as a block for your other knee. But we're not doing that, right? We're just going to lift. So we're not really protecting the knee, but you could, conceivably. Yes. Now, if you get those little pointers right, it makes it very easy to just stand there. Where if your foot is hanging out here like this, it's almost impossible to stand there. Okay? All right, again. Underneath, lift. reposition your hands, press down, and come up with your knee. Now, the very last little part here, watch. I'll do it in an angle so you can see. You lift your hands again, and then pull down, pull down, pull down, pull down, circle your dantian, and push. This is one of those double hand pushes I think I mentioned earlier in the first section. There are several ways to do this. This is one way to do it. Palm to palm. Boom. What are you doing? This hand may be right up on the guy's body. Right here, say. And you're going to push with this hand, but you're going to reinforce it. In fact, most of the force is going to come from this hand. Why do two hands? Because it engages both sides of the body. All right, so looks like this. Underneath the dantian, lift. Reposition your hands, push down and lift your knee up. Everything comes down. Circle your dantian and push right to your own center. Boom.
Your weight stays on your right foot until the push.
Yeah. All right, it's on the right, weight's on the right, it's on the right, it's on the right, it's on the right, and now it's on the left. All right? It's that shift in the weight, boom, that makes this possible. All right? Shift the weight. Boom. Okay, let's do the whole move. All right? So the name of this move is raised knee. It's not the fingers touching isn't important. It's just to orient your hands. It's palm to palm. Yeah. One more. Let me show you, just so you can see, a slightly more advanced version of this. So it's that instead of lifting and doing this and then going down, it's much more direct. Much more like the actual application. Okay, guys. Good session, right? Practice it 1,000 times between today and next weekend. Have a great day. We'll see you next
Malcolm,
week.
it's
Yeah.
going to be difficult for me to join the classes this week because you changed time. I didn't, meaning that you start classes at 4:30 in the afternoon. It's going to be tricky.
That's too bad, but do what you can. and otherwise don't worry about it. We're not
Might
having,
work maybe once, but otherwise it's going to be difficult.
I understand. There are not going to be any classes next weekend. We have a 3-day vacation on
Oh,
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All right, that was already scheduled. So actually, that's good, Catherine, because it'll save you from doing it. So we'll move on from where we are today in 2 weeks. Okay?
okay, but if Jill will be here and she didn't study this 7 and 8. Okay. Okay, that's fine with me. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, she's. I mean, the recordings will be up, so she can look at those and get it. But
okay.
she's actually been through them before, so hopefully she can remember. Okay, guys, have a great day. We'll see you next time. Ciao.